Hello and welcome to part 2 of my 1-week liveaboard aboard the Red Sea Aggressor IV. In part 1 I showed you around the boat, and now it's time to get on to the actual diving. Or at least it would be if we'd done some. I mentioned about the wind that affected the whole week, and there were real concerns on the Sunday that we may not sail at all. Egyptian Coast Guards and the slightly less than brilliant recent safety record of liveaboards in Egypt meant there was an added layer of caution and probably bureaucracy to deal with. After some negotiations, we were eventually allowed to leave Port Calib around 2 PM on Sunday. Having expected to leave about 7 AM, this was a really frustrating delay. We hadn't ventured very far, only about 5 miles south of Marsa, but even on our arrival the excitement grew as turtles were spotted in the water. Now obviously the first dive is always a check dive and you don't usually expect too much. It's a chance to check out kit, weights and get used to being back in the water. And with the dive briefings over, it was time to get back in the water, do some diving and see what could be found. It's fair to say that this dive exceeded all our expectations. Alongside the usual lionfish, porcupine fish and moray eels, there was a nice scorpion fish to be seen, and unusually a cuttlefish that appeared out of nowhere and put on a good show for a few minutes. Then, just as we moved on from that encounter, who was waiting in the crevices of the reef? Mr. Octopus. Very active and dazzled us all with his colour changes. Having found solace from the wind and the shelter in the bay at Marsa, we were told that we were staying here for our night dive, and it was another absolute cracker. A similar array of marine life, but this time with the added bonus of a huge green turtle just chilling and sleeping on the reef. We'd opted to do the night dive unguided, and we were the first in the water and on the scene and got some really clear shots. Now, although we didn't know it at the time, this wasn't to be our only or even our best encounter with turtles during the week. Waking up on day 2 of diving brought a fresh sense of optimism, but that optimism was soon dashed with the continuation of the wind. Fortunately, Marsa is set in a bay and gave us some protection from that and allowed us to get back in the water and make the best of what we'd got. And boy, had we got a lot. Green turtles everywhere. In the seagrass, on the reefs, with the jellyfish, absolutely huge and brilliant to see. Here's the best of what we saw.
Towards the end of the second dive today, there was a nice encounter with a scorpionfish moving around the reef, and whilst I've seen many of these in the past, I'm not sure I can remember seeing one moving before. Four dives at one site is enough for anyone, and after lunch we moved on and set sail to Abu Dabab 3. This site had big shoes to fill. And whilst the variety of marine life may not quite have lived up to Masashuna, the coral was particularly interesting. One section looked like a stack of pipes in a shipyard or an old industrial unit, something I've never seen before. After a nice dive here, we moved a short distance again to Shab Marsa Alam for our night dive. Night dives are among my favourite type of diving, and this one was no exception. From a red side-gill sea slug, which I'd never seen before, and a great shot of a scorpionfish at the end with some really nice lighting. Talking of lighting, one of my favourite shots from the whole trip was where the lights from the other divers framed my wife in the entrance of a cave, providing the perfect silhouette. That's the best of the first 2 days of diving. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it, and especially filming it. In part 3, coming up soon, we dive with dolphins and more turtles, and in part 4 I'll be spilling the beans on whether we did or did not make it to Daedalus Reef to dive with sharks. So keep your eyes peeled for those parts coming up soon, and if you like what you've seen so far, hit the like button, maybe subscribe, and I'll share some more stuff with you soon.